Hi everybody, I'm Gwen and welcome to At Home with Gigi. We're just going to make this adorable little door hanger out of this sign that came from the Dollar Tree, as well as these beads. I was able to find them a few weeks ago at my local Dollar Tree and I was so happy. And I just took them all apart and I mixed together from Apple Barrel the acrylic, chocolate bar, nutmeg, and pavement, and to get this really pretty dark chocolatey color. And I also mixed some water in it to thin it out because I wanted it to be more of a stain. And my original plan was to just paint each one individually and just wipe it off, but that would have been just way too time consuming. So I just, as you'll see here in a second, I just dumped them all into the bowl and mixed them around. This gets really, really messy, so you're gonna wanna wear some gloves. But I just dumped them all in the bowl and give them a good coating of the paint. And I just use my paintbrush to just move them all around, make sure they're all coated. And like I said, this is really messy, so just make sure you wear your glove unless you wanna get your hand coated with this paint. Then while they're still wet, I just went in and wiped the excess paint off with the paper towels there, and as you can see, they all come out just such pretty different colors. Then I'm just taking a piece of twine and I'm restringing them back on this twine, because whenever I finish, I am going to hot glue them around the edge of my sign where it has that burlap border edge there, and I'm just going to hot glue them all the way around. I'm just taking the end of the twine there. I put a little piece of tape around the edge so I could get it to go through, and I'm just looping it back through that end bead where to stay on there really well, and then I'm just going to tie it off in a knot. So I definitely don't want my beads to come loose. Then I'm just taking my hot glue gun and starting at the top there on the one side, and I'm just going to work my way all the way around, just hugging that edge and just using that burlap border as my guide. Just going to make sure that very last bead is hot glued down so it'll stay in place. And then I'm also going to use the little piece of twine that's left over and run it back through that end bead and tie it off just for a little extra security. And then I'm going to also take the twine and run it through that hole that's there at the top of the sign. And I did the same thing on the other side, and I'm just going to tie them off there. I'm just adding a little extra glue right there to make sure that bead stays in place and doesn't move around. And y'all, I do not know what happened to the footage of making this bow. I have racked this sleep-deprived brain of mine and cannot find it. But anyway, I just folded over 2 pieces of ribbon, tied it in the center with some twine, and hot glued it on there. And now I'm just adding some of this really pretty fall foliage that I got at Dollar Tree, and I thought it just complemented the sign so well. And this fall, I am all about these pinky, orangey, just muted colors. I think they're so pretty. And I'm just going to take that handle that I took off the top of the sign, and I'm adding what was left over of those beads, and then I want to add in some of these natural beads that came from Amazon, and if I can find them again, I'll link them down below. And I'm just putting them on the little handle, and then I'm just going to reattach it to the back of the sign. And I just used some of this burlap little ribbon that came from the Dollar Tree to hold down to give it some extra support on the back where I'm attaching this handle. And also it just kind of gives it a nice finished look there. Just put a little piece of the ribbon across. The sign was pretty all on its own, but I love the little embellishments that I gave it, and I just love this. I hope you'll comment down below and let me know what you thought of my little door hanger. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, because it sure would help my channel to grow, and I appreciate you being here so much, and I will see you guys next time.